Okay, hello and welcome. This is going to be a brief tutorial on how I personally went about making the TrollBlink for CR2 rigging class. Um, Before I get right into that, though, there's a couple things I want to address. First of all, set our project. If it were already set, it would be down here. There's nothing down here. We need to let it know every time we open it, we're working on this project. Doesn't matter if we open the file or not. You don't want to do a bunch of work and have something mess up just because it didn't link right. Okay, anyway, that's my little lecture for the day. Anyway, so there's a couple things you need to do. I'm opening up where I finished off with my corrective blend shapes, and I'm doing this because a lot of people are doing those first, and then they're running into issues with their mesh when they go to do their expressions. And there's a couple reasons for that, and I'm just going to go over them quick as I set up to do this. That way it might help a couple of you if you're having problems or we're going to run into problems, not have them. So first of all, let me get out of my camera here because I know I'm in my camera. Alright, I am going to go into my skeleton and I'm going to stand this guy up. So I got my control rig here. First I'm going to go into stance, then I'm going to go into none. As you can see, there's a tilt to my head. So, and actually, first thing I need to do is clean a little house here. That goes in there. I'm going to come here, get my head control, and I'm just going to zero these out. Notice I'm not using any controls. I'm not going to use any controls or anything visible for this whole thing, just to show you how easy it is to get used to not doing that all the time. Get over some of your fear of using menus and whatnot to achieve what you need to achieve. So now we're in here. We need to come to our skin cluster and get rid of our envelope so that we know that's not affecting any of the mesh. As you can see, as I stated, I already did corrective blend shapes, so there's anomalies here. These anomalies are going to stay there unless you have that mesh selected. Go into your blend shape editor. Okay, now these are keyed because I already did my play blast. So you need to shut these off all the way off. See how much effect that had? That all those vertices would be remembered in your new blend shape if you didn't do that. I just wanted to let you know that. I'm not trying to lecture, yell. I'm just trying to help you out. Once you have all that, now I keep this open just because it seems to me if I shut it, it might reset. I know the couple of times I've done this, I've had problems when I shut it, so I just leave it open and minimize it. Okay, I have that done. I can duplicate this guy. Come in here and unlock all this stuff. And let's move them over. Okay, so this is pretty simple. I know I'm not the only one that tried to make a blink. You come in, select all this stuff. You shrink it down, you don't shrink it down, whatnot, it don't matter. Because when you make your cluster and you move it down and you spin it and you do everything in the world to try to get that guy in there, place where you want him. It doesn't matter what you do, because once you select it, go in your paint cluster tool and you start smoothing. As you can see, by the time you even get to this area, it's still already curled, so it ain't gonna work. just ain't gonna work. Trust me. I went for days trying to figure out how that ain't gonna work. Let me close my. Alright. But there is an easy solution. Fear not. Those of you that are modelers will pick right up on this and probably laugh a little bit after you kick yourself in the butt. I laughed a little bit after kicking myself in the butt. This is all about selection. Every bit of this is all about selection. So what we're going to do is we're going to select edges to get our vertices. Going to double click there, take that loop. Hold shift, double click there to take that loop. Hold shift, double click there to take that loop. Then we're going to come over to our handy dandy little polygons menu. Remember this guy? He's got a select menu where we can convert our selection over to vertices. Now we have this whole ring selected. Still, through trial and error, going to let you know you want to expand it a little bit. Oh, look at that. Got to go back to animation, create the former cluster. Now you got your cluster. Okay. Now still moving, it ain't going to do nothing. Rotating it ain't going to do nothing. However, if you scale it down on just the y-axis, and just so you know, I already know you're going to have to move it out just a touch. So you might as well do it now. Select your mesh. Now when we come in here, let me zoom right in so you can watch the magic. Make your teacher proud. If anybody has a way of modding a mouse so I can just hold the button down and it keeps clicking, I'll help you market it. Now I go until I'm just seeing a little peeking through somewhere, and then just come around these bottom edges, smooth that out a little bit. There's going to be some overlap in some spots. I actually used multiple clusters. Again, magic shift key. Let's select this guy. Double click this guy holding shift. Grow that twice. And we'll make a cluster inside a cluster. And we'll move that cluster up just a touch. Kind of flatten that out. Select our mesh. Select our new cluster. Now what I did anyway, is I pretty much watched these upper two lines, and when they were close, I came in and manually thinned this out some more. Because that was my most intention, was getting rid of this bulge down here anyway. Just to make it look a little nicer. Again, I'm not going to overdo it. Actually, his tear duct didn't turn out too bad this time. Anyway, so there's your blink closed. Select your mesh. Shift select your mesh. I like to check my little blend shape window, make sure everything's still at 0. Add that bad boy, specify your node. We only have the one. Boom. Now, it may still have to pull it out a little bit, I don't know, but boom. Looks just a touch. Just a touch. So, you can click that to select both. Use the F key to fly around a little bit. So I'm just going to grab these two clusters. Pull out just a touch. Tweak that way just a touch. Boom. Looks good. Okay, and then from there, you can go to your head control. Select your head control. We'll add an attribute. We'll name it blink. We'll do, well, we just did the one, let's just do right, blink, and we'll do 0, 10, 0, add that. Do a quick set driven key. Again, no controls, nothing showing, doing everything in here. Head control is going to be our driver. Blend shape, handy dandy select button. It's going to be our driven. What are we driving? We're driving our right eye blink. So we select that. I should have named this geography blink. I didn't. Got ahead of myself there. This hit 0, this hit 0. Hit key. Change your value to 10. Bring this guy up to 1. Hit key. Now you can close these out. Now we come in here, select our right blink. Blink, 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 blink. Blink, 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 blink. Duplicate said system on this side. All done. Hope that helps. Hopes it gives you some good ideas on what you could do. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and hope it helps.